Siemanko, Lizga, z strony witam was serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z gameplayami oraz trailerami. Zaczynamy od grubego tytułu, bo Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 Official Narrative and RPG Overview, więc to trwa jakieś 17,5 minuty, więc zajrzyjmy, co tutaj będą ciekawego nam opowiadać. Lećmy po prostu.
Good evening, Kindred, and welcome to this Halloween special where we are going to give you what you want. You will get Bloodlines 2 sneak
Cześć, Magdą.
We will talk about character, we will talk about narrative, we will talk to the Chinese Room.
Hello folks, I'm Ian, I'm narrative director at the Chinese Room. I've been in video games for about 30 years and film and TV, spending a lot of time around detective stories and horror. In particular, you might have played Amnesia Rebirth, which I was story lead for. But tonight we're going to be talking about something a bit different.
Vampire the Masquerade. Czyli na gierkę, na którą wszyscy czekają.
And I'm Sean Graney, Executive Vice President for World of Darkness at Paradox Interactive. I've been with this project since 2017. I've been working with all of our World of Darkness projects, and I got into Vampire the Masquerade at a very uncomfortably early age, and it's been with me since then.
Yeah, I spent most of the early 90s with Vampire 1st and 2nd edition, and I still have scars.
So, why don't we get to what the people want and take a look at our character?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to look at a short video now, and we're going to step into the future in 2024, round about Christmas, to the Glacier Hotel in Seattle, and watch our lead character meet somebody.
She didn't murder you, so that's a start.
So then, you have me at a disadvantage. I assume, of course, that you know who I am? So the question is, who are you?
You can call me Fire. I seek an audience with the Prince of Seattle. I've been led to believe you can help.
How delicious! Whatever could you possibly want with our beloved prince?
That's my business.
Now, Fire, that is not a fair exchange. You came to me, after all. Do try and play along, darling. It's so boring otherwise. Let's try again.
Mam wrażenie, że to takie
Who are you? Really?
sztuczne te postacie? Takie
Someone
zbyt
rudely awoken
lalkowate?
from a 100-year sleep, covered in thin blood
Jak to
fungi,
alfa.
with this mark on my hand, and no explanation why. I want answers.
Well, if that's all you wanted, why didn't you just say?
So that's it? You'll help?
And now what you've seen is truly a sneak peek. We are post-alpha, but this is game development, so certain sections may change, certain sections may remain exactly the same. Who did we just meet?
So we met two people there. We met the person who we were talking to there is a character called Lou, who, if anybody knows anything about Seattle, they may be able to figure out who that is. Our protagonist, one version of our protagonist you saw there, is a character we call Fire. Fire is an elder kindred. Fire has been asleep for around 100 years and has just woken up into modern day, or slightly near future, Seattle. And there are huge consequences to dropping an elder into a kindred city. Most games, we play a newbie. In all sorts of different RPGs, we play a newbie who is learning the ropes of the world. Fire is different. Fire is old, experienced. She's a hunter, she's a stalker. She knows how to be a vampire, but she doesn't know the current day situation and how her actions are going to affect the world.
So, you're talking about how we're inverting the kind of RPG journey here. How is the Chinese Room handling that from a game development and design perspective?
Yeah, there's a couple of really interesting things going on here. So firstly, it's the normal journey of an RPG character to gain power over time, but we're starting with a certain level of power here. You have impact from the very beginning. Fire isn't at her full power, hasn't recovered it yet, and there are constraints that we don't want to spoil that means she is effectively bound. She's in a bad situation. You may have seen that mark on her hand.
Ooh, okay.
That's a puzzle for her. It's a problem.
Ładny
for her. It's
koncept.
something she's trying to solve. So the player journey, the character journey, is about regaining and possibly exceeding what she once was, and having making a big change to Seattle for reasons which I hope will become clear.
Czyli już gramy gotową postacią.
Bloodlines 1 in some ways. In Bloodlines 1, You awake as a fairly unimportant vampire. You are used as a pawn by a number of different LA vampires. Here we'll be awaking as an elder in Seattle, trying to get their bearings, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's right. So this isn't a blank slate of a character, it's worth saying. Obviously, you can customize it. There'll be a choice of clans, there'll be a choice of outfits.
No i sorry za tą bazę, bo chciałem tylko coś
And
zobaczyć.
as the gameplay goes through, it's
usłyszeć
up
bardziej.
to you. Elements of her background are up to you to choose, and what she reveals to other people, and what story she's telling, whether she's telling them a fantasy or whether she's telling them the truth. But there's a certain commonality, which is she stepped into a place she doesn't know and she can't grasp yet. At a time she doesn't know and can grasp. So, like the protagonist of Bloodlines 1, she will have to learn what the situation is, who the major personalities are, and how she can deal with them.
But how does this not all come apart when she opens a laptop or sees a pedestrian crossing?
She doesn't understand the modern world, but as you may have seen in that last video, she's not entirely alone. The Mark has done something very strange to her. She doesn't understand it at the start of the game, but she is hearing another voice. It is the voice of a character called Fabian. Fabian is a modern thin-blood vampire from Seattle. He has ended up inside Fire in a way that will be explained in the gameplay. And he is trapped inside her. She is trapped with him. The two together have to navigate their way through this world. They may hate each other. They may grow to like each other. They may carry on hating each other all the way through, but they are bound together. He has an idea about how modern kindred work. He doesn't have the experience that Fire does of vampire society, but he's got a pretty good view, so he can help her. He can guide her through Seattle. He can also, because he is a thin blood, he has access to things and an understanding of things that the elder vampire doesn't. So really this is the story of the two of them and how they navigate their way through this situation and how they affect Seattle.
Will there be an ongoing evolution in our relationships with these characters, and can we affect that?
Yeah, absolutely. Really, that's the meat of the game for Fire, is that she is having to deal with a society of kindred, and she has to decide how to deal with them, because they all have different objectives, different goals, and a different relationship to Fire. It's unlike the sort of game where you might play a Paragon or a Renegade, or a light side or dark side, because Fire has to look at each person individually and figure out how to work with them, how to deal with them.
Brzmi solidnie.
Goes, I am an elder, you have to do what I say, or whether she tries to court them, whether she is more insightful about what's going on. All those relationships will be different, and people will treat her differently because she treats them differently. And then the core feature of all this will be the relationship between her and Fabian. The two are caught together. Fire is the only person who can hear Fabian. Fabian can't interact with anybody else. He sees everything that she does, and he sees how she treats other people. So that long-term relationship really is the heart of this story.
And for fans of Bloodlines 1 and Vampire the Masquerade as a franchise, what will Fabian offer as far as feeding back that kind of information to the player?
Well, the two talk through the whole game, and then as the story develops, the effects that she has and the effects that Fabian has on her, really, she's an elder vampire. She spent a lot of time not really thinking about humans as anything other than prey, really. She's distanced from that. In the same way that we as players are often quite distanced from violence in games and from the strange in games. Fabian is much more grounded. He's much more human, and really we're playing off the contrast between the two, the contrast between the elder and the younger, the contrast between the olden times and the new times, and how the two interact. So he's very much an anchor for her, I think it's fair to say, and very much a compass for her if she chooses to pay attention to him.
And so for fans of the IP and also the original game, Fabian will sort of play this role of explaining to the character how humane they are.
I guess that's part of it. Yeah, Fabian's got many roles. He's a very rounded character. It's also worth bearing in mind that it's not just going to be fans of the franchise who play this game. So new players are going to want to learn about the world. Fabian knows about some of it, Fire knows about a lot more of it, but the way the two talk about it and the way the two discuss it will help us open that window into a world and tutorialize it to a certain extent, I think. And also how the powers work and how powers interact with other characters in the world. That somebody needs to know that stuff, and some players won't. And so the interplay between the two characters helps us with that.
So Fabian sounds like a very interesting character. How will players be able to customize their narrative experience with Fire as the protagonist?
So, as we talked about earlier, you have options. You have clan choices. That affects, for example, the powers that you have. Although, again, the story gives us a bit more opportunity to play around with that. It's a bit more flexible because of the presence of things like Thin Bloods. There's the interactivity with all of the characters you talk to, the choices you make with those characters. And then there's the wider city, Seattle itself, and how Fire deals with the citizens of Seattle. And as a predator, there are times when she is going to want to feed, gain power from some of the citizens, and hunt. And this will affect how Fire's powers can change as the game changes. And that depends on how she treats those citizens. If she approaches them as a bully, trying to push them into a certain reaction, then that might work, that might not work. It might scare them off, something else might happen. It also depends how she looks. If she's dressed as one type of character, somebody may have a very different reaction to her compared to if she's dressed like another.
And so it sounds like you're hinting at a system that we have in Vampire the Masquerade, resonance, which is the emotional state of dinner, essentially, of your prey.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to Fire sometimes what the resonance of the character she's feeding on is, and she can push that, and she can change that, or attempt it. It might not work. As I said, it depends how you're dressed, depends who the character is, and what they feel about how you've approached them.
Players will have options to choose outfits, and those outfits will have a narrative and dialogue impact.
Yes, that's absolutely true. People will recognize you as a different thing depending on what you're wearing.
Very, very cool.
Okej.
So, let us return to Seattle.
Czyli przebiaranki będą.
Sneak peek.
O, trailer.
No, man.
Willem, I take it. You had some interesting guests outside. Expecting trouble?
That depends. Why?
O Jezus.
Why are you here?
Earlier tonight, another kindred by the name of Isabella used this mark to sap my power. Do you know anything about it?
No. All I had to do was keep my head down for just a few more nights. He's hiding something.
Tell me, Willem, what rumors have you heard about me?
That you were there in Cairo. They called you the Slayer.
I have been many things to many people. And what will I be to you, Willem? And to this lonely, forgotten warehouse?
You're exactly what he said you'd be. I guess that makes it easier.
Makes what easier?
What happens next?
So vampires aren't traditionally paragons of truth. And I think here when we're talking to Willem, we can see that Fire is more interested in pushing her agenda than necessarily being completely accurate about her biography. So what do these kinds of decisions mean for the dialogue and the story arc if you decide to tell Willem about your killer reputation versus take another route?
So this is one of the advantages of playing an Elder. You have a history. You've been heard of before. Fire has this legend associated with it. There are several legends, a whole collection of legends. Which of those are true is, to a certain extent, a decision for the player. We're leaving that deliberately. Was she at this particular incident? Did she cause the incident? Was she escaping the incident? And the variety of different background choices which we feed into it, a little bit like the way that Commander Shepard in Mass Effect has a series of background choices, although ours is slightly more complicated. But that means that when she approaches people in Seattle, they may have heard of her, and they may have some idea what she did. And that can be a scary legend, or it can give you a bit more nuance to it. I like to think of her as the Wild West movies where the gunslinger comes to town, who people know the reputation, and that makes them approach things in a very different way when they suddenly realize who they're up against. And that is the weightiness of the character we're dumping into Seattle's society here. So the background, this unreliable narration, as you said, it's left for the player to hint at, but the decisions that the player makes about Fire's background will be reflected by other characters in the game, and that might affect them differently if they have a particular opinion about that.
I mean, it's very interesting referring to the gunslinger coming to town.
Siema,
The
tak.
legend is built because of distance in those kinds of scenarios. The stories don't reach each town accurately. Here you're playing with time. If you're hundreds of years old, there's very few people that can confirm or deny what you've done. And so as you make these decisions, as we move towards the end of the game, will they come together to...
Specjalnie bierz, żebyś widzieć moje reakcje.
That the choices you make for characters,
I co, dostałaś to, czego się spodziewałaś?
the way that you behave around other people, the story ends in different ways, and obviously I don't want to spoil any of those, but the way that you
To dobrze, widzisz?
long term. And what
Mówisz,
will become
że to jest twój prezent świąteczny, tak? Się pytam, gdzie te donaty?
will change the story of Seattle going on from that point.
I did say that there'd be sneak peeks.
Się pytam, gdzie te moje donaty?
In Vampire the Masquerade, there are things that are much worse than death. And in this game, there will be those options. I have to ask, can players expect a yellow taxi?
Oh, we're more about Uber these days.
Masz lepszy pomysł?
But you don't get a lot of taxis.
Ty mi daj
around
donate, bo jestem biednym
Seattle with
studentem.
Yellow in the middle of a snowstorm, but
Well, to ja tu jestem biedny.
It's been a coffin full.
Wydałem 23 koła na kompa.
And very, very soon we will be back revealing the playable clans in Bloodlines 2.
Nie, ale czekam na Bloodlines 2. Kurde, to będzie syta gierka.
This information to the community. Any last words?
I just want to say
Ile?
that
23 koła wydałem na kompa.
We're really looking forward to you meeting our characters.
Nie oglądałeś mojego
spending time
filmiku?
with them and seeing how
Wyszło
your
szydło z
story
worka.
develops in Seattle.
Tak jest, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Coming Fall 2024. Czyli jesienią. Pod koniec roku przyszłego. Damn! Kurde, trochę poczekamy. Za tyle, co byś sobie życie ułożyła? No nie wiem, nie wiem. Iron off. Lecimy. No ale nie żartuję, tyle wydałem. Mówię, obejrzyj sobie mój materiał na YouTubie. Także mam teraz maszynkę naprawdę zarąbistą do giercowania. Wszystko na ultra, popierdziela ile wlezie. Jedyne przecinki są z racji tego, że gra jest niezoptymalizowana. Wiesz, ta sama grafa to połowa praktycznie ceny kompa, nie? Podychę kosztowała grafa sama. A mam 4090. To Asusa ROG Strix. Czyli jedna z najlepszych niby, mówią. Humble Games. Achilles, Legend Untold. Official launch trailer.
Chaos and bloodshed. True heroes emerge.
A tak, jak tam plany? Tekko. Na weekendzik. Na sylwka.
Sweat and sacrifice.
Sieczka.
Molded from skilled warriors into an unstoppable
Kurde, powiem wam, że mam srogą ochotę pograć tego Achillesa. Tak jakoś tak... Oj, kurde.
The hero who defied the gods and rewrote history.
Zaraz wracam, czyli za godzinę.
Unleashing his wrath upon those who dared oppose him. The hero whose legend has transcended his era.
Achilles.
discover the untold story of the greatest warrior of all.
Achilles! Fight!
Time has come to tell the tale of Achilles.
Achilles. Proszę bardzo, Achilles. Project Sigma. Ciekawe, co to jest? Na Unrealu? No nie ma tutaj tego. To jest Project Sigma.
我到公园旁边的拐角街了，你在哪里？
Koreański.
顺着阶梯往上，我在公园上面的凤梨小巷。
Albo chiński.
好的，马上过来。
Chiński chyba bardziej.
Hey, 你来了，感谢帮忙。
来了啊。
刚到家。你的主线任务是什么？
EDO 空中航母要往这个区域给难民投放物资，我需要将这里的外星人清理掉。
那么开始行动吧。
好嘞。唉，这座城市已经乱成一锅粥了。
我们看能不能找到并帮助一些难民吧。
Good potential. Jeden mieczem, drugi bronią. Okej, okej.
打得漂亮。
那就是 EDO 的空中航母。
是的，我们一会儿可以带着任务战利品乘坐座舱返回空中航母，升级和购买新装备。
Mam wrażenie, że kurde, jakieś dziwne statery są, kurde. Nie wiem, czy to wina samego gameplaya? Czy gra po prostu tutaj to jeszcze?
还得一会儿。
Co? W mechach?
世
O
界上的几
kurde.
个大城市上空都盘踞着这样的大型 UFO。
真是个庞然大物啊！来吧，请开始你的表演。
阿大。
哇，机甲果然强啊！
哈，那必须的。我们来比赛吧。
哼，这可真是不公平啊！
哎，这里机甲过不去啊。
哟，轮到无所不能的机甲，这会儿需要帮助了呢。看样子需要操作平台上的终端将门打开，交给我了。门开了。
谢谢，这里的敌人交给我。那里还有一道门。
我看到终端了，稍等。那个 UFO 到底有多大？
不知道啊，希望这座城市可供探索的区域足够大吧。
Niby to jakieś koopka, ale tak nie wydaje się ciekawa.
我的机甲打印好了，现在下去召唤。
好，我在这里等你。
他来了。
Tak, pokażcie jeszcze więcej tam, nie?
你的机甲和你的衣服配色很搭。
花了不少时间改装和配色啊！哎，这几个敌人留给我呗。
都是你的。
Jedyny spoko element to taki, że można właśnie przywoływać mechy, kurde.
看来我们要对付几个难缠的大家伙了。
Nochami śmigać. Niezła ekipa.
哎呀，和敌人聚在一起战斗对我们不利。
我来引开他们。
战术奏效。消灭了一个。
打得漂亮。我也送走了一个。EDO 在这里投放了座舱，我们可以乘坐座舱返回空中航母。你想返回空中航母，还是要继续往前探索？
我们再往前看看吧。
OK。看来这里的门禁在上面，这次我上去为你开门，别让我的机甲被敌人击毁了啊！
放心吧，
哇，这里布满了鬼雷，
可不要丢了小命。
那能吗？门开了，
你没事吧？
差点被雷炸死，我现在就下来。
Ten auto jak się rozwala na drobny
这次
mak.
你留在这里，我上去看看。
Takie nienaturalne strasznie. Lol. Project Sigma. Open World, RPG. Mech moim zdaniem. Jumanji Wild Adventures.
Welcome, explorers.
This can't be good.
The world of Jumanji needs your help.
To z filmu.
Confront ferocious enemies.
Wyrywane.
Solve fiendish puzzles in an environment full of danger. Get amazing new pieces of equipment to defeat the enemies of Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Yep, that's the boss all right. Guys, let's get out of here!
Party up in local multiplayer for up to 4 explorers.
This place is nuts.
Can you find the jewel and save Jumanji?
Guys,
Jumanji Wild Adventures. Available now.
Honkai 1.5, czyli jesteśmy w tyle. No, nadrabiamy.
Another anomaly in this shining universe. Since you do not understand the beauty, I will have to show you in a way that only a knight can. The beauty is eternal.
Hey, we made it! What's up, guys? Most haunted place in the Lofu. Follow and share. Or else I'm gonna... I think I just found the
Yo, what's up? You're finally here.
Captain Huohua, should we start the ghost hunt now?
Ghost hunting.
You can just call me Huohua.
Fofo.
The fate of humans means nothing to me. We play by our own set of rules.
Du. Breaking news. Pięknie. Next. Boiling Point. Road to Hell.
My name is Saul Meyer.
Kogo będziemy gotować?
I'm looking for my daughter, Lisa.
I want to help you find your daughter.
Yes, jakie potato.
Understand, I will be in great danger.
Michael Jackson.
I will get the information you want, no matter what it takes.
O mój Boże, co tu się dzieje?
Don't shoot, I'm with you. Ah.
You have to get a laptop from the crop baron's base.
How humiliating. I'm no pizza
Ten
delivery.
krawat.
Look, Don Esteban, the way I see it, I've already done enough for you.
Right on time. Don Esteban told me you would be paying me a visit.
Jakie potato! No nie.
Saul Myers is going to hit boiling point.
No, boiling point. przez tą grę. Masakra. Overwatch 2 Mauga gameplay? Jakaś nowa postać?
Sorry to keep you all waiting. But now that I'm here, let's have some fun. Yep, that's my name all
To jest
right.
DPS jakieś chyba, nie?
And this right here is Gunny. And she can light up the whole dance floor.
Albo tank.
And this one's Cha-Cha. He's a sensitive little fella, a real hothead. And when I
Nie, tank raczej chyba nie. Chociaż...
trouble. Actual gameplay footage.
Wygląda na depsa, kurde, nie? Chociaż ma charge'a, więc to też może być tank. Kurde. Reinforce your team. Tank.
Both hearts pumping. I got your back. For now. Here I come. Say quick Kiki. We got him where we want him.
Unbelievable.
So was I worth the wait?
Okej.
Hell of a time. Woo!
Kapcie, kurde, handle. Okej. Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred.
We have each played a part in what has happened.
Jest chyba ten dodatek, nie? Który ma niby kosztować 100 dolców.
Abdicated your choice to this child. And with every step she takes, I grow stronger. There will be no salvation in the light. Mephisto rebirth.
Late 2024. World of Warcraft, Cataclysm Classic. Blizzardowe teraz widzę, ostro. Uff. Ale nie ma co, cinematiki Blizzarda zawsze są mega spoko, ale szkoda, że niestety gierki już nie do końca. I tak przy gierkach się przykładali, jak przy tych cinematikach, to coś by z tego było. Kataklizm. O, klasyczny kataklizm. Proszę, proszę. Okay. Warcraft Rumble. Okej, nowość. Epic Warcraft Unleash on mobile. O nie! Dobra, widzę, że idą na mobilki ostro. Rzut na hajsy. Chaos! Unleash. Siema, Littlefoot, siemaneczko, siemaneczko. Myślę, że smoczek burpnie. Widzę, że tylko śpi. Dobra, World of Warcraft, The War Within. Za godzinkę jedziesz na lotnisko? A, nie trzeba wrócić do rzeczywistości. Okej.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately. Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
I am not that person anymore. I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
Hear me.
They're getting worse. Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
Damn! Ale wielgachny miecz. The Wall Within. War Soul Saga. Wow. Okej. Nieźle. Może za jakiś czas pogramy sobie w World of Warcraft? Chociażby, żeby fabułkę obejrzeć? O! Official features. O, War Within.
My visions are not the same as the others. No radiance.
Ty w ogóle Litwu dojedziesz tam?
No song.
Na Sylwka? Do siebie? Czy jak to tam wygląda?
Just the shadow taunting me from below. The fate of our world rests upon the edge of a knife. And our battle lies deep within.
Overwatch 2 Official Magua Story.
What a day. It's good to be alive. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I wasn't always the friendly, carefree guy you see before you today. I used to take things very seriously. I never had time for fun. One day I realized something had to change. I needed to work on me. Now I've got a whole new outlook on life. I realize that it's okay to put myself first. Found out that I have a knack for bringing people together. And I learned how to let loose with friends. I work hard. And I play hard. So, I only have one question for you. Ready to have some fun?
Mówię. Trailery robią świetne. Pompuje tym? Holy crap. Nieźle. Reverse 1999.
Hey, is that gal really coming?
You really think she'd announce her plan stealing to every living person before she acts? And she even made a security plan for us.
Well, I'll say, she's either a maniac or a freaking crime genius.
It is mine now. Are you satisfied with the answer, Miss AC?
One last to go, Melania.
The Rimmick Cup.
Now, does anyone not want to visit the Rimmick Cup? Raise your paw, please. All right, it's unanimous.
New Humans is a robotics company doing the right calls. They have never failed any mission as a security.
I'm sorry, Mr. Iverson. Actually, I didn't know my entrance would be so straightforward.
Catch them!
I can't believe someone has found me. Am I exposed?
The puppy is asking for your help.
All right, puppy. Let's make a deal. A great thief won't confine herself to nighttime operations. The sleepy security guards would ruin all the fun in a challenge.
The puppy is delighted by your visit. He is about...
Jakaś taka bardziej mobilka jest. Ciekawe. Turn-based game.
Be together.
Gwiazdki są, czyli taka gacza.
That's the primo state of life, really.
Vampire Survivors 1.8 update.
Play adventures.
Ooh.
Remixed content for Vampire Survivors.
Remixes.
Embark on side quests, plus a whole bunch of deep lore, LeMayo.
And those vampire.
Fresh without losing unlocks. First chapters are on the way.
Ciekawe. Bardzo ciekawe. Co to tam za hydra była? O kurde. O kurde. The Invincible.
Time to let the night in. For my legs are heavy and field is not inviting. Legs become too heavy, hands become too weary. Down you go, oh bright sun. Night is not that scary. Hide behind the dark woods while we're running barefoot. You will rise again tomorrow. Make the morning dew glow.
Enshrouded. Official release date.
A dangerous fog corrupts the land. You are Flameborn, the last ember of hope to push back the Shroud.
The Shroud.
Like all
Yes,
heroic
my
Flameborn,
liege.
you will use your deadly sword skills to slay your enemies. That is not a sword.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a sword either. Oh, come on, you can't just punch everything. Well, however you decide to fight, Flameborn confront danger head on. Wait, why are you sneaking around? I said head on. Okay, fine. Do it your way. But undoubtedly, all Flameborn are masters of building epic castles to show it. Oh, where's the castle? You're meant to be building an epic castle, not a hole in the ground. Although, that is nice. Okay, so you can build whatever you like. Where was I? Yes, Flameborn are explorers who glide over land and sea.
Spider-Man.
Flameborn are explorers who grapple over land and sea. Ah, now you're gliding. I see.
Okay.
Okay, you're just doing whatever you want. Where are you going? No, not into the Shroud. No way. You're not ready for this, boss. He'll squash you. But what's going on here? There's more of you now? Oh, so you're teaming up. I see. You're all against me. Fine. Play however you want. It's your game.
Enshrouded. Okay. The Walking Dead Destinies. Słyszałem, że jakaś kicha właśnie jest wokół tej gierki. Że jakieś takie mocno potato. Że jest przereklamowane.
Did it all have to go down the way it did? What would have happened if folks chose differently?
This apocalypse, it has a way of
Pewnie na jakimś premium łykniemy, jak będzie.
crazy.
Well, You can rest assured, Herschel, that ain't gonna happen with me.
In a world of chaos,
You just gonna leave the lights on like that?
one man is about to be pushed beyond his limits.
Hey, pal. What you doing there?
All mercy and no wrath. Wouldn't want Shane to become a dull boy, would you, Rick?
Hello, Shane. Want to come play forever and
I'm gonna kill you. Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm gonna kill you.
Here's Johnny!
The Walking Dead Destinies.
Okay. The Division Resurgence. To nie jest to na mobilki? It's the magic. Że mówię, że mobilki. JJ. JJ, tego... Długie to zaraz wracam było. Pimp. Dobra. Alone in the Dark. 7-minutowy gameplay. Oh shit, okay. We're looking for Jeremy. Alone in the Dark.
Did you bring a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah? You think it'll actually come to that?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
Jesteś już chora 4. raz w przeciągu 2 miesięcy? Tak to jest, jak się szlajesz.
Let's just find him first.
Dziś jaśnie ostatni gramski, no. Znaczy, no masz kontakt z ludźmi, nie? W robocie. Więc wiesz. No, o czym mówię? Ja myślę, że kto cię zaraża? Że sama się zarażasz? Tam jest kurde jakiś ten... upiór. Mówisz, że to był wujek? Był chory na święta? I tak, i nie, ale mówię też w robocie możesz często i gęsto się zarażać, więc wiesz, nie? Bo jednak większy kontakt z ludźmi już jest wtedy, nie? Tak czy owak. O, ale on Dark wygląda solidnie. Jezus, jaki wysoki dryblas. Ale z siekierą?
Is this your store?
There are no owners here. We both strangers in Jeremy's story. Are you a thinking man, compare?
Ale ma klucza.
Not if I can help it.
You know, I think Jeremy's hiding in a way we can't find him. He has this juju necklace that guides him.
No.
Talisman?
Najlepiej zwalić na
What
rodzinę.
happened, Batiste? How are we here?
You know about the dark man haunting your uncle?
I'm familiar with his mental state.
I think we all in his head somehow. Because these streets are real, but they're not like on any map.
How do I get back?
Only Jeremy knows how. He has this juju necklace guiding him.
You mean this talisman?
Mm-hmm. Just like it. He says it's been protecting him ever since he got it from Miss Jackson down the street.
You know where it came from? Have you been there?
I was there no more than 1 hour ago looking for Jeremy. Locked it up to keep the ghouls from getting inside. You can have the key if you want.
O, dzięki za klucz.
Thank you. I'll take a look.
Ale nie, naprawdę, kurde, Alone in the Dark wygląda solidnie, kurde. I modele nie są takie lalkowate. No nic, oczywiście grzebiemy w śmieciach, bo dlaczego by nie? Różnego rodzaju rzeczy można w śmietniku znaleźć. A nawet to pożywienie. Holy shit, co to jest za robal jakiś?
You don't know anything about what happened to Jeremy, do you?
Everyone here is really strange, and it's hard to know what to make of anything you hear. Occasionally, it sounds quite exciting, though. Good versus evil and
Ale tutaj
all
trochę
that.
widać sztuczności przy tej sukience.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I have anything useful to share.
It doesn't matter.
Trochę takiej kwadratowości. Kanciastości, o. Ładna dubeltuwa. Jasny gwint, co tu się stało? Ale to przeskoczyło tak.
Where am I?
In home, my little precious.
How eccentric.
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device.
What a peculiar lock. The Astarte artist colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now.
Obrazy są.
These paintings got some grim-looking rot on them.
I did it. I opened up another dream. There we go.
Dużo krwi. Co to kurde jest za diabeł jakiś? Kurde, nieźle.
Why would you give me hope? That's so cruel.
That's so cruel. Tak jest, ludziska. I dobrnęliśmy do końca naszego odcineczka, także jak zwykle dzięki wielkie za oglądanie i widzimy się już niedługo w kolejnych. Trzymajcie się.